as if the island was floating. But metaphorically, his fear was exactly in line with that of conservationists and global publics who fret that the islands have reached a tipping point of overpopulation and ecological destruction from which there can be no return. In many ways, this book is my response to such ways of understanding the Galapagos. It's also my response to would-be tourists who have asked me whether it's all right to visit the islands, or whether they would be better left alone. I write with North Americans in mind, not because I believe the gringo perspective is universal, but rather because I am one. I write with them in mind also because North Americans' perspectives are powerful. They make up the largest market of Galapagos tourists, driving an industry that strives to meet visitor expectations. But this tour I offer is not one that highlights untouched wilderness. Nor do I offer lamentations about overpopulation on fragile island ecosystems. I am not unmoved by these concerns, but I think they are too quickly adopted and too comfortably rest on the false imagination that the Galapagos Islands are, or should be, pristine. In this book, I ask listeners to slow down and to consider the long-standing, dense entanglements among people and nature that have shaped the Galapagos over the past 5 centuries, if not longer. Doing so, I believe, is crucial for safeguarding the future of this special place. I am able to do this because of the many people in the archipelago who have opened their doors and shared their stories with me over the past 12 years. This book is based on research I conducted in the Galapagos during the summers of 2007, 2008, and 2009. For about 6 months during 2011-2012, and during short trips in 2015 and 2018. I owe them all a profound debt. I do not list them all here, in part to protect the privacy of sources. I owe particular thanks to Washington Tapia, without whose support and knowledge the project never would have gotten off the ground. My utmost thanks go, as well, to Don Fausto Urena, Moises Villafuerte, Jose Pepe Villa, Wilfredo Michui, Steve Devine, Freddy Cabrera, Paula Pozo, Sven Lorenz, Guido, Fernando Ortiz, Galo Quezada, Cruz Marquez, Sixto Naranjo, Arturo Izurieta, Washington Ramos, Graham Watkins, Danny Rueda, Oscar Carvajal, Felipe Cruz, Henry Moreno, Angel Arias, Johnson Arias, Rolando Loyola, Galo Torres, Washington Urena, Domingo Navarrete, Carlos Zapata, and Yvonne Torres. I wish I could have told in this book all the stories that you shared with me. To the many Galapagos scientists who took time to speak with me, opening their labs and their living rooms, I thank you for your willingness to teach and talk with me, and your patience for this book, which has been a long time coming. In particular, I thank Linda Caillot, Gisela Chacon, Steve Blake, Craig McFarland, Howard and Heidi Snell, Tom Fritz, Peter Kramer, Gunther Reck, and Cheetah DeVries. The first Galapagos researcher I talked to when I hatched the idea of a tortoise-focused study was James Gibbs, who turned out to be exactly the right person. This project would not have been possible without his support. I also owe thanks to many archivists, historians, and scientists who work on Galapagos history. At the California Academy of Sciences, I am grateful for the assistance of Alan Leviton, Barbara West, and Jens Vindum, who took me back into the storeroom to see taxidermied giant tortoises that have now sat on the institution's shelves for more than a century. In the archives, I would have been lost without the aid of Becky Morin, Christina Fiedler, Rebecca Kim, and Seth Cotterill. I also thank Madeline Thompson at the Wilderness Conservation Society, Alexandre Coutel at UNESCO, Paul Martin Cooper and Daisy Cunningham at the British Natural History Museum, Erica Lohr Orozco, the now late Elizabeth Knight, and Edgardo Civillero at the Charles Darwin Research Station, and archivists at the American Museum of Natural History and the Smithsonian Institution. At the San Diego Zoo and